Hello, welcome to episode 258. We're going to be making a smooth cutscene camera so we can control the player and make them look around, sort of fly around. I'm in 1.20.4. I think you can do this in 1.20.2 because you need the teleport duration tag that the display entities have. And we'll show you what that does in a second. Let's just set up a timer, which I suppose we'll call timer because that makes perfect sense. Okay, done. Right, let's do a little test. Let's summon an item display, just a little bit in front, and we'll give it a tag. My display. And we'll give it an item so we can see it. Items, ID, count 1B, and we need to put something in there. We'll put stone. That'll do. Okay, so if I summon that, bosh, there it is, lovely. Now let's teleport it. Execute as any entity, tag equals my display at itself. That's not how you do that. At itself. Run TP yourself 5 in the Z direction. Okay. So if we teleport this now, bang, it's instant. Not what we want. Kill any entity. Tag equals my display. Okay, so what we'll do is give it the teleport duration. Teleport duration, and this is unsurprisingly how long it will take to teleport. So let's say 2 seconds. 20 ticks in 1 second, so this will take 2 seconds to teleport. There we go, and it takes 2 seconds to go to where we said. Now as far as the server is concerned, it's still instantly teleporting it, but the client will show it taking over 20 seconds. So let's get rid of that. That is what we're going to be using. And I think that was released in 1.20.2. So let's get some target places that we're going to make the camera go to. We'll have green and we'll have an orange. So I'm going to make the camera, first of all, let's make sure we've got some space. Okay. I'm going to make the camera start here. We're going to start here, we'll fly over to here, let's do set block. That's not how you spell green. We'll fly over to there, and then we will fly up to here. And then what we'll do is we'll circle this orange block. We'll circle that orange wall. There we go, that should do. So we'll sort of fly up there, and then we'll circle around that. Okay, let's have a go. Now, because the entity is teleporting instantly, we can't say execute when the entity gets to that place, because as far as the server's concerned, it gets there instantly. So if we say teleport slowly, and when you get here, then teleport up there, it's just going to go poof, poof, straight away. That's not what we want, so we're going to use the timer. That's why we made it. Let's set up a controller. So this will be our activator. So this will be start, and I'll split the command box up. So this will be our controller, and we'll have a reset as well. And this will be our reset. Right, start. Well, the first thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to tag myself. Tag the nearest player, add. I am the person that's viewing the camera. Okay, done. And then I'm going to summon an item display here on top of that block, and that's where we're going next. So I want it facing that way. So let's get the coordinates. Fill, tab, tab, tab. So we'll summon it here, and I want it to be looking up there. So let's have a look at F3. And we're facing west towards negative x, 47.9, 48 minus 10.5. 48 minus 10.5. Okay. So we've tagged ourselves. Let's summon an item display at the coordinates we just saved, and let's give it a bit of information. Tags. This is effectively going to be the camera. That's what we're going to move around. We'll give it a teleport duration. Let's just say 100. And we want to give it rotation. And of course, I have completely forgotten what rotation values we just had. Did we have minus 48? Let's press done and have a rough look. We were looking at that sort of angle. So yeah, minus 48 and 10.5. That was it, wasn't it? Minus 48F, 10.5F. Now, is it minus 10.5? Worth checking now. Yeah, it's nice. Okay. We've put the minus in the wrong place. We'll know pretty quickly if we've got that wrong. Okay, so when we press that, we're going to summon the item display up here. Okay, right. Then what we want to do on the controller, let's move the controller one back. We'll move it back here. And this space here we'll use for powering it. So I've summoned the item display. Now I want to go into game mode spectator, and we'll say the nearest player whose tag equals viewing camera. Done. And then we want to spectate the camera. So spectate any entity, type equals item display, tag equals camera, and we'll have to limit that as well because we can only spectate one thing at a time. At the nearest player, tag equals viewing camera. So now we should spectate it. Let's get ourselves, actually in the reset we can put this. Kill any entity, tag equals camera. This is just a temporary reset for now. So if we power this, we should be here facing up there. Let's have a look. We are indeed. Okay, doesn't matter that we're inside the block. Now if I press shift, I'll come out. Cool. Okay. Game mode creative. Right, we need to add a few more things. So I think we'll just start by teleporting the camera up to there. So let's get the coordinates of this place. Tab, tab, tab. Let's get that. And we will pop another block on the end, and we will just teleport any entity. You can put type equals item display. Let's just make this a bit quicker. Tag equals camera. We'll teleport it there. Let's try that. Already done. We've got a nice smooth movement up to that block. Okay, let's press shift. Get a spectator mode. Obviously you don't have to have this block here. We're just using that to get coordinates and as a marker. Okay. Right, now we want to start a timer at the same time. And then when we get there, we want to change where it's TPing to. So let's get the coordinates of this block. Tab, tab, tab. We'll copy that. Pop that in there, and we'll start the controller. Done. Okay. Right, and we'll do scoreboard, objectives, set display, sidebar, timer. We want to be able to see that. We're going to use that for testing. Okay, our controller. The first thing we're going to do is we want to increment the timer. So scoreboard, players, we'll just say camera, add camera. And notice we're not using that because we want to see the camera's timer score on the sidebar. And if we put that on, we're not going to see the score. Add timer 1, so the timer's going up if we make this repeat. In fact, we could just, let's pop something into this reset. We will also scoreboard, players, reset, camera, timer. Done. Let's do a little test, and what we're looking for is we want to have a look at what the timer says when we get to that block. Roughly, doesn't matter too much. We've teleported instantly. That's not very helpful. Okay, so why's that happened? We will go back into creative. Let's stop that, reset that. Right, let's have a look. Teleported 3 entities. Okay, we didn't get rid of the last camera. How are we killing all cameras? Yes, we are. Kill all cameras. Let's try again. And we go up, and what number is it going to be? It's going to be about 55, it looked like to me. Okay, let's go back down. Let's stop that, press our reset, and in here, let's say execute if score camera timer matches 55, then we will run TP any entity tag equals camera, and we will TP them to, let's press done. So we've got to there at 55. Now we're going up here. Let's get the coordinates of this block. Control copy. And let's put this down here. Boom. Done. Okay, so we should go from there to there, then from there to there. Let's find out. Make sure we press reset. Off we go. Let's have a look. What's going to happen? We are, indeed. But we went sideways, so that's no good. We need to be able to, we don't want to be traveling off sideways. So let's have a look in here. So our last one was okay because we set its position. When we summon it, we have it looking that way, so that's all right. But this one, we need to say, look up there. So you go away. So let's do facing, and then we'll put the same coordinates again. 29, 70, 36. Let's try that. Done. We go up there, off we go. Wow, see, we do face it eventually. Okay. Not too bad. What we could do is start facing it earlier, or we could start facing it here. Let's try that. Let's get the coordinates at the end here, this facing stuff. Copy. And we'll put them into our teleport here. We've got an extra space in there, so it's not happy. There we go. Done. Make sure we've got the reset. Now we should be looking at that block as we go up there and up there. Let's try. Aha, okay. It's looking a bit smoother. Nice. And now I want to fly around the orange block. So, how can we fly around the orange block? Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon an armor stand on here. And I give it some rotation. Let's get rid of that so that's not going up. Let's reset. Okay, so in the reset line, let's put it in the reset. We will kill any entity with a tag equals camera, rotation, origin. And it's going to be on here. Control copy. Summon. Armor stand. At those coordinates. Give it the tag. Camera, rotation, origin. Yeah. I think I'm going to want it. I think I'm going to want it looking at that block when it starts. So can we just give it a rotation to look over there? F3, facing towards positive Z, so we could say 40, 5.7. Yoink. Rotation 40 F. Was it minus 5.7? Let's press reset and see where you're looking. You look like you're looking in the right place. Let me stand up here and have a look. F3. There, that looks okay. Okay, you look like, yeah. Cool. Okay, let's get a timer value for when we hit that block there. Make sure everything's reset. Let's start. We're on our way up. We hit that at about 55. What time do we hit this one? At about 115 maybe. Okay. Back to the controller. Right. Now I want something that's gonna the camera can get teleported to. I think that might work. So I'm gonna get these coordinates again. Fill, tab, tab, tab. And back in our reset line, I will kill any entity with the tag, we'll call it camera holder. Done. And I will summon. What do I want to summon? Just a marker. A marker at those coordinates. And we'll give it a little bit of information. The old tag everything. It is called camera holder. Done. Okay, so now we have an invisible marker sitting there. Now, how far away do we think that is? Let's say 15 blocks. Okay. Back to our controller. Execute. If score camera timer matches, we said about 115, and let's say 115 to 300 as any entity, as any entity whose tag equals camera rotation origin at yourself, run TP yourself, and we'll just turn you round a bit. So we need two more. One. We didn't say TP yourself, did we? There we go. So that should turn you round a bit. Which way is that going to turn it? Let's have a look. Beginning of that, so we probably want minus because we're on 43 there, and if we turn that way, we're going down. Okay, so let's put a minus. -1. So now when the timer gets to 115 to 300, he's going to start rotating. And let's control middle mouse that one. And we'll go all the way Yeah, okay, 115 to 300 as rotation at itself. But this time we're going to do something different. We are going to run teleport entity tag equals camera holder in front of the armor stand. What did we say? It's about 15 blocks, and we want to be facing the armor stand as well. We just put facing entity at S. Who is the entity S at the moment as the camera rotation origin? So we'll be facing that. Okay, done. And now we're going to want to teleport the camera to the camera holder. So let's try that. Next block. If score equals 115 to 300. Yeah, that should all be fine. We don't need to do it as the origin, no. If score matches 115 to 300, we will run teleport any entity tag equals camera to any entity whose tag equals camera holder. We'll probably have to limit to 1. Okay, done. I wonder what's going to happen. So we should go from here to here, from here to here, then we should get connected to the invisible marker we've got, and then the invisible marker should be swung round in front of that thing. You don't quite look like he's looking in the right direction, does he? He looks like he's looking over here. Let's get these coordinates. And when we summon that, let's change how we summon it. So let's take away his rotation. We'll take away your rotation. Done. And then let's clear my inventory a minute. And then I'm going to move. Oh, I've got 2 blocks. I'm going to move that and that. We'll put a fresh one in here. And we will execute as entity tag equals camera rot origin at yourself. Run teleport yourself to exactly where you are, but facing those coordinates. Done. Are you now looking over here a bit better? It looks like you're looking over here a bit better now. Either way's fine. There's 2 different ways you can do it there. The original one might be better, uses less command blocks. Let's find out what happens. Let's see if we've got anything remotely working. Let's do a reset. We're going up to the first one. We're going up to the next one. So we're looking for about 115. And now we're rotating around. Cool. Well, we had a little bit of a... Let's go for 300. We're still going because we've not stopped it. Let's do some sort of stop on that. Game mode creative. Okay, we had a little bit of a jump when it hit there. So maybe the teleport. Where's the one that says the distance? Maybe that needs to be a little bit bigger. So should we say 18? And let's do a check at the end here. No, here. 300. So at 300 it ends. So I suppose let's get the coordinates of our wool block. Fill, tab, tab. Execute if score equals, that's not going to work, camera timer matches, let's say 300, 301, go a little bit higher. If it matches 301, then we've got to the end, so we'll run set block at those coordinates. We'll change it to a white wool, so our controller is no longer powered. And we better, let's do a conditional on this one. and we'll just say tag all players, remove viewing camera. Yeah, that seems okay. And then, oops, and then we'll just do another conditional, and we'll put the player back into whatever game mode we want. I want to go into creative. All players tag equals viewing camera. Done. And I suppose I probably want to teleport them somewhere, maybe. I think we want to change the order here. Let's get a place to teleport them to. You can teleport them anywhere. This is where I'm going to teleport to. Copy. Right, I think we might want to change the order. So here, if we get to that number, then we stop the controller. Now, I don't think we should remove the tag yet. I think what we should do is teleport them first, then put them in creative, then remove the tag. So let's copy this block, control middle mouse, and put it on the end. We'll remove the tag last, and here we will teleport all players, tag equals viewing camera to our coordinates. Okay, that looks all right. Let's try it. Reset. Go. So we're just making this overly complicated, really. You just need the one teleport command. But I wanted a little bit of a spin round, see what we could get away with. Cool. What happens when we reach 300? Bang. We're at home. We're back. Everything looks good. If we run it again, it's probably going to be a problem because we haven't done the reset. So you could, if you wanted, at the end here, also just power the reset line and reset the whole thing as well. We do have a problem though. Players can press shift. So I can start it. So we didn't press reset, but I can press shift and get out. So we've got to fix that. Okay, so let's turn that off. Let's make sure we press reset. We need a way to stop them shifting out, so they probably want to put that on the controller. We could just stick it on the end, I'd imagine. Put it here. Spectate. Any entity. Tag equals. Well, I suppose we want them to spectate the camera. It has to be limited to 1. And then it'll be the nearest player whose tag equals viewing camera. Yeah, so if we do press shift and stop spectating it, it will just put us straight back in. We will get a little bit of a lurch, a little bit of a jump as we do it, but at least they can't just disconnect from the camera halfway through, which is basically what we want to stop. Let's try that. Let's make sure we do our reset. So I try and so they can press shift if they want, but they're not going to be getting out. And around we go. And we get to 301, cutscene will be over, and we've arrived back home. Now you could imagine if you had these blocks laid out, sort of so you were flying through an incredibly fancy building, it would look pretty cool. As this little demonstration goes of how to do it, it doesn't look that cool, but we're not flying around and really anything interesting. So you'd have a big tower maybe in the middle. Here we are flying around the tower. You know, there's the transition between the two bits there isn't great. But what you want to play with, let's put me back down there please, thank you very much. What you'd want to be playing with is the times that you arrive at each place. And this one, so he does look like he's looking there. I wonder what distance. Maybe our distance is too far. Let's have a little look. I mean, you can stop watching now. I'm just going to play around, see if we can just get it a bit smoother. He's going up. That bit there isn't that smooth. So it looks like he's looking a little bit too low. We sort of sink down a bit. Where is that bit? I have no idea. It's in one of these commands. Well, that command is empty. Really? We got an empty command in there. Okay, I must have put a block down and either not saved it, so that should be the timer, yeah. That should be teleporting us to the second block. And okay, so all we did is we put down an empty one and then put down another empty one, so you can ignore that. Nothing needs to go in there. So our camera holder, maybe we could lift this up a bit. Facing entity at S. And it's running at the camera rotation origin. It's camera holder. Yeah, it looks okay. Maybe we pull this back to 16. Maybe just changing something like that can sometimes fix it. We're not going to play around for too long because this is just showing you how to do it. You can play with the figures yourself on your own. Not too bad. We could certainly make it smoother. In fact, oh, here we go. So let's pause that. And if we could just go over here, this was my demonstration version that I was playing with myself. Well, this wasn't. This one here. So it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. We're going from there, then we're going from there, and then we're going there, and then we're hooking on and spinning around that orange block. But I've spent a lot more time fiddling with the times. So if we reset that, set it up. So see, it's exactly the same. We've got the timer, we've got the start, we've got the controller, and we've got the reset. This one I spent a bit more time. We're not facing, we're going straight. Then we'll switch to facing. And then we hook onto the camera holder. And we fly around. I can shift out of that one because that's not set up on that one. Okay, there we go. Oh, and now it's ended. There we go. It turned itself off because it got to the end. A little demonstration on how to do smooth cutscenes. You don't need to make it as complicated as that. The video didn't have to be this long, but I wanted to add in that rotation thing as well. If you just want to go along a straight path, super, super simple. Okay, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.